example number 1, they give us an equation that says solving by finding the x-intercepts. And so they give us the following equation, and it is set equal to 0. So the equation is just going to be 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. And we need to figure out when that expression equals 0. So what you can do is you can actually plug in the equation. So I kind of went quick. In order to plug in an expression or function or equation, you just click the y. So from the home screen here, you just click y equals. Okay, you guys should know that by now, but anyways, 2 times x squared minus 3x minus 2. That's the whole expression. Now, you want to double check this sometimes. I can't tell you how many times, and you guys should know by watching Mr. Adams teach you guys. It's real simple to put a plus sign instead of a minus sign. It's real simple to put a 3 instead of a 2, or just hit the wrong button. So just make sure and double check to make sure that you've entered everything in correctly. So once I have the expression entered in, I'm going to graph it. Now here's the thing. The solution to this quadratic equation is where it crosses the x-axis here and where it crosses the x-axis here. Now I can find those answers on the calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go second, and then notice that my second button is in yellow, and then the word calc is in yellow above the trace button. So I hit second trace, and that takes me to the calculate menu. Now we're looking for where this equation equals 0, so I'm going to come down to 0. And so you have to do this twice, but left bound, this says left bound. I'm going to go a little bit to the left of the x-axis, hit enter, a little bit to the right, hit enter, and then it'll say guess, and I don't think I'll be able to get in between, so I'm just going to hit enter, and it says at 0.5. So when x equals negative 0.5, or negative 1/2, y equals 0. So that's one of the solutions. Okay? Now, I still want you guys to copy this out of the textbook, but I wanted to show you how to do this. And it could be real simple. Just write down the equation, just sketch the graph, and then say x equals negative 1/2. Right? So on your for your notes, put example number 1, 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Write down find solutions, draw a quick sketch of the graph, and then you could say solutions are x equals negative 1/2. Now, while you guys are writing that down real quick, Mr. Adams is going to show you guys how to get the next one. So if I come over here and I hit second calc again, I'm going to choose find the zeros, and so now I'm going to come over here. Now remember, it says left bound. So that means that my cursor has to be a little bit to the left of the x-intercept. I'm going to hit enter again. Right bound, a little bit to the right. And yes, I can't get right on top of it, but that's okay. I hit enter, and then it says x equals 2. Now, what that means is if I plug in x equals 2 into the equation, it will equal 0. So let's double check that. Let's verify our results on the calculator. So my equation was 2x squared, right? So it was 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, right? Now, I kind of goofed up. I probably should have put in the value for x first. If I hit enter, I might get some crazy number. Oh, wait, I did. I got 0, right? So let's figure out what x is. So if I hit x equals 2. Okay, that worked out. Pretty cool. Now let's change the value of x. So if I wanted to change the value of x, let me show you how to do that. If I hit negative 0.5, oops, that's 0.8. And that's not what I want. I want 0.5. See how easy that is to make the mistake? See this button that says store? If I hit that store button and then I hit x, what I'm telling the calculator is let's store the value of 0.0 negative 5. Or I said it so wrong. Negative 0.5 as the x value. So if I hit enter here, Boom. Now if I hit X, it changes the value of X. Now if I say 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, it's going to evaluate my expression at x equals negative 1/2. Okay? So what should the answer be, though? It should be 0, right? Because that's what we solved. So this graph here shows me when I plug in a value for x. In other words, if I plug in oops, we got to clear that out. If I plug in negative 0.5, my corresponding y value should be 0. If I plug in 2, my corresponding y value should be 0. And then we verified that here in the home screen. Okay, any questions so far?